just going to walk you through what I did to my skin before applying the makeup. So I first started off with Lush's Cup of Coffee face and body mask just to exfoliate my face and make sure that it's nice and clean. I then went in with Badescu's facial spray. This stuff is amazing. It hydrates, it tones, it does absolutely everything amazing for your skin. And I also did a ItsSkin eye mask. It's like a gel, and then I put on the Philosophy's Ultimate Miracle Worker eye cream. And the star of the show is the Tarte Pure Maracuja oil, which I use for my really, really dry skin. It's honestly the best thing ever. So for the makeup, I'm first going in with my Too Faced Hangover Primer and applying that all over my face. And then I'm going in with my Badescu spray and also spraying that all over, just to prep my skin. So these are some of the products that I'm using for my foundation application. I'm starting off with the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in medium, and I'm using the banana shade just to cover up any sort of discoloration or dark marks that I may have. And I'm also using the warm coral color underneath my eyes to combat any sort of darkness, because God knows I've got some dark under eyes and I need all the help I can get. Then to set that into place so it doesn't move underneath my foundation and concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Primed and Poreless powder underneath my eyes just to keep everything in place, like I said. Going in with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade 120 or Wide 245. I'm not really sure what to call it. And I decided to take off my nose ring because it's kind of gross getting foundation all over it. And I'm just making sure to buff that in with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. So I wasn't really liking the coverage I was getting with the Makeup Forever foundation, so I then went in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Foundation in Intensity 3.0, just to give myself a little bit more coverage. Then I used my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 Sand to cover up them dark eyes. I also put that on my eyelids just to cover up any sort of discoloration, and then I'm buffing that out. So my eyes were really puffy and really dark this day for whatever reason, so I'm going in with some extra warm coral from the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit just to help cover that up. And then after that color, I'm going in with the color cream, which is the one in the middle, and using that more as a concealer to cover up the dark circles even more. And now for baking, I'm using the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pressed Powder again, and I'm just packing this underneath my eyes with the Real Techniques sponge. Now with this, I try not to leave this on for too long because I have really dry under eyes. So just a tip, don't leave it on too long if your eyes are really dry because it'll make it worse. And I'm putting my nose ring back on. Yay! For my eyes, I'm using the Too Faced Natural Matte palette, the Kat Von D Ladybird palette, and then some Anastasia Beverly Hills single eyeshadows. I'm starting off with the Natural Matte palette, and I'm going in with the color Heaven, and I'm blending that from the lid all the way up to the brow bone with a fluffy brush. And at this point, I'd realized my bake had been on for too long, so I'm using the Bare Minerals Soft Curve and Face Cheek Brush to just brush that away. And at this point, I forgot to show the color that I was using, but I'm pretty sure I was using the Anastasia single eyeshadow in Fawn to define my crease. And then I went in with the Anastasia single shadow in Sienna to really start building up that warm crease. And I started blending it out in a wing motion just to elongate the eye and give me that wing shape. And then I started acting really weird, as you can see. And then I used the Kat Von D color in Cleopatra just to give it a little bit more of an orangey feel, and I'm blending that into the crease, but also a little bit into the outer lid. Use Too Faced Lace Teddy to build up the lid color and just make it a little bit more of a stark kind of light color, and I also used it to blend out the crease a little bit. I also then went back and redefined the crease a little bit with Sienna. And I'm a total klutz. I can't tell you how many times that happens while I'm doing my makeup. I'm just butterfingers, clearly. I'm going in with Too Faced Honey Butter to just kind of help blend all of that out. Realized I didn't really like how far out the eyeshadow was going, so I went in with my Neutrogena makeup wipe and just started cleaning up a little bit to clean up the edges and also make it not as dramatic. Now I'm going back in underneath the eyes with Sienna and that Cleopatra color just to smoke out the lower lash line. And I'm blending it in with the top. To highlight the inner corner, I'm using Anastasia's Soft Gold. But then I realized it's not enough highlight for me, so I'm using Champagne Pop by Becca to highlight the inner corners as well as my brow bone. And for the liner and lashes, I'll be going in with Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner and Trooper and the Maybelline Lash Sensational. And as you can tell by my face, I am very nervous to do my wing on camera. It is my first time ever doing a wing on camera, and I'm normally an expert, but something about a camera being right in front of my face while I'm trying to wing it out is actually terrifying. But I actually ended up doing a pretty good job, so I'm happy about that. So I have a very expressive face, so what I like to do to make the foundation not settle into my expression lines is just taking some setting spray and spraying it on my sponge and just dabbing it in. It just helps to make it look more smooth. And now to define the face. I'm first going in with my Real Techniques Dual Fiber Face Brush and my Cargo Waterproof Bronzer and just defining my cheeks and my forehead and all that good stuff. And for my contour, I'm using MAC's Taupe blush and Kat Von D's Shade and Light brush. And I'm defining that nose just a little bit. And for my highlight, I'm first going in with Benefit's What's Up and my sponge and just dabbing that on the top of my cheekbones and on my nose and a little bit above my brows as well. And I'm going over that with my Real Techniques setting brush and Becca's Champagne Pop, just to make my highlight just a tad bit stronger. And I'm using the fluffier side of the Shade and Light brush to apply my blush from Cargo in Can. And to define my brows, I will be using the Anastasia Dip Brow in Soft Brown and the Clear Brow Gel to tame all the hair down. And now for the star of the show, and one of my favorite lipstick colors at the moment. This is Stila's Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in Rico. And the final touch are lashes. I think these are Ardell Demis, but I really can't remember. And I cut my lashes in half just to make it easier for application. And lastly, I'm just going over with some liner and mascara to blend it all in, and the look is done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like it so I know if you guys enjoyed it, if you want to see more from me, etc. And make sure to comment down below to let me know what you guys want to see next. So thank you again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me and it helps you see when I upload new things. So thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.